But now we got our last series of the night, and this is going to be interesting as well, because I mean, it looks like RNG have actually done a swap of players with Sparking Arrow, which I wasn't sure if that was the case or not. I mean, we casted Sparking Arrow's games earlier in the week when they versed Team Sirius, and it looks like they've honestly done a swap of players. You know, Felix and DD have come over, and they got rid of Setsu in September, I believe. I think RNG is still playing with Super.
5 seconds remaining.
Players or not? I mean, I guess they have, because what's the purpose of them just playing on the other team if they're not like filling in? So this is going to be interesting to see how they can really end up faring, you know, how the new rosters are working. RNG did just have a series against CDC Gaming in the OGA Dota pit. They ended up getting zeroed in the lower bracket finals. From the looks of it, there were some pretty convincing games from CDEC as well. So, you know, it's LGD haven't played a series yet, and they've got a little bit of information on, you know, RNG already lost a series 2-0. So, you know, I don't want to put too much emphasis on that, because the series went by pretty fast. It wasn't like a grueling best of 3 where they had to use too much mental capacity. Where we saw, I think it was like last night, where we saw CDEC, they played a full best of 3, and that went a very long distance, and then they had to only have like a 5-minute break and then jump into another best of 3. So it's nothing like that. But regardless, we're gonna see the Terrorblade as the 4th pick once again. This is starting to become a popular thing where you just have a good old TB 4th, then you protect it with 3 bans in the 2nd phase, and it's like, oh well, what do I do now? Because I mean, this hero is just so good. Like, he's fun to watch, man. We did see it lose actually in our last game. We saw the Drow Ranger able to come online before the Terrorblade, but this is the thing where RNG is just going to try and protect the TB, give Moneta a free game. You know, we see a lot of Phantom Lancer, the Morphling, the Naga Siren. You know, majority of the time, those are the heroes that are getting banned out. RNG did also
5 seconds remaining.
one of their games earlier today. So let's see what did they ban when they picked it. They went Morphling, Batrider, and the Faceless Void.
RNGs.
They ended up getting Medusa and Zeus, so maybe they might ban out something to protect it. Well, there's the Zeus ban. They did lose to the Zeus. He must have had a pretty good game. Well, he went 12-1 and 17. So I'm going to presume that's a good cause for them to ban it out, considering how well the Zeus... I mean, it's always been like this. I feel like Zeus got picked up a couple times to do with the Terrorblade, and then he's never really had a factor in competitive Dota. Like, he's always been a hero where you might pick him up occasionally. You know, some people try and flex him as a 4. Just doesn't feel like he really fits anything at the moment. But against illusion heroes, that's pretty much his strongest suit, and the long range burst to deal with the Terrorblade. But you know, we're not going to see the Zeus. I honestly wouldn't mind seeing that hero. You know, we haven't seen. I really wonder like how long it's actually been since we've seen Zeus be a formidable opponent in drafts, because I feel like it's been a while. I can't even remember when I was seeing, you know, Zeus have too much impact. Like the Oracle ban, we're seeing a lot of the Oracle with the Terrorblade. Bane could be another opportunity here. It's the defensive support that works really well with the Terrorblade, just allowing you to get that Sunder off.
10 seconds remaining.
It's not the greatest Bane game though, just because you've got the Earthshaker Fissure, the Glimpse from the Disruptor to be able to cancel the Fiend's Grip. You're never really going to be able to get the Fiend's Grip off anyway. And RNG, they're actually going to pick up a Rubik, so I guess they can put the Clockwork as position 5 if they want to. That does give them a lot of kill threat in the safe lane. I'm a pretty big fan of giving Terrorblade a support that's able to just find kills instead of kind of like a mediocre support that can't really do much. Is there to kind of protect the TB, because I think that's a hero, like whenever you get Metamorphosis, it's a massive damage spike, and a lot of time you want to try and secure a kill with it. Let's see what That also Zeus ban is, not to mention, I'm thinking about it now, like I'm going back in my mind and like, let's see, the reason why I think it's also going to get banned out, or why it did get banned out, good with Terrorblade, but also the fact that it gives you some vision with the disruptor. You know, I thought there could be a potential of like a Beastmaster coming through from PSG.LGD, or maybe even a mid hero that can provide own vision, like, you know, a TA for an example. But this is a pretty quick Doom response to deal with the Morphling here. If you're able to find the opening, I mean, you chuck out the Doom, it literally just takes the Morphling out of the fight. It's going to be a really, really difficult lane. I mean, Doom Rubik, level 1, level 2 Morphling can't really do too much, but it'll get to the stage where there's actually not too much kill threat in that lane. So Morphling should be able to have a relatively good time there. But it's a lot of time I'm seeing, yeah, I brought up that it's like the Phantom Lance, the Naga, and the Morphling that's getting banned out a lot for the Terrorblade. So they let the Morphling go through. I mean, you're going to be able to get your own illusions, which you love to see. You know, all those TB abilities really, really strong on the Morphling, man. That replicate for free you get out of the cogs. One thing I do say with the LGD Morphling is that I haven't seen Chalice. It doesn't seem like he's too comfortable on the Morphling, which is one thing I just want to question. I love this pick with the Centaur. I mean, you're a hero that can naturally scale to kind of deal with illusions, with the strength for the double edge. Gives you a way to, you know, they've got 2 supports that are pretty mobility based, like position based. Earthshaker being able to find the initiation, Disruptor getting range for the glimpse, and Centaur is going to give them a chance to continue to follow up. And, you know, whenever you have a Disruptor lineup, this is a hero that very much thrives on getting pickoff after pickoff. You want to chase down heroes, have a lineup that can kind of play super fast tempo and that grants you vision. So I really like this pick, and not only that, but it's really the factor of the Doom. This is a hero that very much relies on ulting someone, and then that someone, the person that's doomed, is getting stunned. If they just run away, then the ult is completely useless. Yes, you take them out of fight, but the team can just disengage. So as soon as someone gets doomed, Centaur pops Stampede, PSG.LGD will reset the fight, come back in when Doom's on cooldown. And it's another thing as well. You have a Terrorblade. This is another hero who's pretty cooldown reliant with the Metamorphosis. So it feels like PSG.LGD, what they're going to do is just try and play this kind of mobility lineup with your Morphling's very easy to dip out. Centaur's very easy to dip out. Just play the lineup. You know, get in, get out. If Doom pops the ultimate, if Terrorblade's pop meta, you disengage. And I think this is going to be a way that PSG.LGD can enable their kind of fight. You know, they've got pretty good team fight already with the Earthshaker and Disruptor, so they can still fight head to head if they want to. And I will say these 2 supports are going to scale drastically, a little bit more than what like a Clockwork will.
RNG's turn to ban.
Puck, Lena ban, what are they thinking here? Cops out.
PSG.LGD's turn to
so they think the Morphling's going mid. I do honestly, I think Chalice isn't as comfortable on the Morphling, so I mean, Wraithing, you know, completely counters the Doom pretty much. Because you don't care about getting doomed. You've got a second life, you trade ulti for ulti, well worth it. Wraithing's always very good against heroes that have big cooldown. I think LGD want a playmaking hero like the Void Spirit though. Nice bursts, not a lot of control from RNG. What the heck? It's a Gyrocopter as well.
Choose your hero.
What's going on? That is not the last 2 picks I was really expecting, actually far from it. So it's a DD Veno. Do you put the Morphling mid against the Veno? Because he's not, I mean, I feel like Gyro won't do anything because his attack, I mean, both the Morphling and Gyro's attack range is pretty low. I think Morphling's going to be a lot better in the mid matchup just because there's no stuns, so you're not really worried about dying. You can always just attribute shift to safety. Yeah, I think that's the way they play it. And now this is the question, like, have they gone greedy? I mean, I like the LGD lineup. I think if they get to the stage where Gyro and Morphling have farm, then I like their lineup. But I don't know how they pressure out the Terrorblade. That's the one thing I'm worried about. Like, TB is going to free farm. They've got kill threat in that safe lane. The Gyro Disrupt the lane is going to be a lot of damage though. I'm got a lot of questions with this draft. I just think that LGD's gone a little greedy here. If you don't have... yeah, my worry is that the Morphling Gyro, the lanes... I mean, mid doesn't seem very good for Morphling. I think it's probably the best scenario that you can get, but I don't know how much farm you're actually going to find. And I think Terrorblade's just going to mass free farm, and then he might hit a couple of items, and RNG just going to be super survivable. Like, you got Doom that's not going to be able to get killed. DD will probably go utility. These long drawn out fights for RNG is going to favor them. Like a full duration of meta, that Poison Over ticking down, you know, the full Doom duration. I really think LGD have to take a fight where they disengage, where you get in, force a couple of ultimates and dip with the Sentinel. And that's kind of why I was like, the Void Spirit is nice. Like, in Ember Spirit as well, someone who has a mobile toolkit to get in and out. So I'm really intrigued to see how this one's gonna fare. Let me make some space on my desk. Let's see. How are they gonna set up the lanes? I think it's just gonna be the normal setup, right? Yeah. I'm going to go for Radiant. I don't know why, but I think that the Terrorblade is gonna be able to hit a couple of items, and then I mean, I think late game PSG.LGD is gonna be able to take it. RNG, like, I don't think Terrorblade can make many mistakes this game. He's going to have to farm at a very fast rate.
30 seconds.
You know, Venor's not really going to scale too well into late game. It's not that great of a... You know, if they can take objectives and kind of suffocate Dire in a portion of the map. It is also the Clockwork versus the Earthshaker. That's another thing. So it is really... I mean, they also got the Clockwork and the Rubik. You know, we saw that in our first series of the day, where these, you know, two heroes are incredibly strong against the Earthshaker. I mean, Fissure's, I really believe, the best ability you can steal. Monet actually might die here. They're going to be able to block him out. Perfect timing, and how, yeah, this Terrorblade, you got a decent amount of armor, but the magic damage coming out from Rocket Barrage will shred through that health pool. So Chalice should be able to find first blood here. Hopefully they give it over to him, and they do. Really nicely done. That wraparound from FY was on point, and they're gonna aggro this. So we will not have... Never mind, Flywind's gonna run down bot, but he will get scouted out, so we should just see an instant movement going back from Chalice if they want to. What? I feel like the matchup's fine either way, though. Yeah, Somnus is going to struggle here. Level 1, level 2s. I honestly think Morphling might be more favorable mid lane, because this is a hero that level 1, level 2, you really struggle. So mid, you're going to get solo experience. You'll get away from that kind of very weak threshold early. Yeah, get out of that at a quick succession. If you kind of keep getting denied by Venomancer, it's not going to feel too nice. Somnus is, I mean, it's still only 1 point attribute shift, so it's got to be careful. It's not as survivable as what he thinks, but... So they're going to at least secure Chalice's lane, and might even find another kill with Flywind. Perfect vision from FY. That's exactly what you want. Get involved with the supports, try and get levels up. I mean, in tri lane, it's going to be a little bit more difficult, but the kills and experience you get for them is a lot higher now with that recent change. So tri lane, you know, might be able to come back with the potential. And they also kind of put old 11 in a lane where... Yes, this is not going to be fun, you know, whenever metas pop, but when metas on cooldown, old 11, you know, he'll be fine. He's in the safe lane as well for, you know, in a rough matchup, so you're still going to be able to get, you know, close-ish to the tower, and we already see FY making a movement. They need to wait till Somnus hits that level 3 if they're even going to attempt it. Looks like FY is just going to try and help out Somnus a little bit, because this man is, will struggle through the movement, and this is exactly what the Clockwork needs to do. Just hunt through the Earthshaker's positioning on the map. Literally just follow him as much as you possibly can. Close on the mark might have been a kill, but unfortunately won't be there. Don't know if this is, if he's on a Smurf. I can't really check. Ancient 3. Pog. I'd imagine it is. Chelsea's already got 2 points up in the Rocket Barrage. These drums are going to feel pretty nice. Drums seems like a... I'm surprised a lot more heroes aren't acted by building drums. I thought this was an incredible item with the change. I mean, it's just... The build-up is really nice. A lot of people want to build Windlace into something. The attributes, the mana, the movement speed... You know, the attack speed bonus going to increase, movement speed bonus going to increase. Yeah, I think this is just a really strong item. We've seen it a couple times. Well, the pass, we've seen Gyro, we saw it earlier today. We also saw it yesterday as well. Both times they went for the drums. Hold 11. They have telekinesis, but looks like he'll be fine. Still putting a lot of emphasis mid and DD. Going to be able to salve up. Somnus just has to play away from the Venomancer just in case it falls too low of a threshold where Venerable can claim the kill. But I mean, FY still got the figure up in 3 seconds here. They might be able to actually claim this. Clockwork, nice TP rotation. Another salve coming out from DD, but Clockwork's got to be careful because Somnus is going to output a decent amount of damage to Fizz. Somnus trying to play around with the attribute, but he's not going to be able to do so successfully. Felix will even force his own rotation to the middle lane just in case. So they kill off Somnus there. Little awkward of a timing. FI kind of pump fake that fissure, which might have might have got baited a bit there. It is a lot of regen. That was a one cell for Veno, I believe. One cell for the Clockwork as well. Oh, they got a regen. That's nice. Oh, okay, Felix will take it. A little bit of mana, I guess, for himself. I wouldn't mind seeing the Clockwork go top because they have metamorphoses. It does kind of put Flywind in a bit of a rough time though. Next Nova is even going to smoke up. Here we go. Okay. Getting put down here. Fissure's going to hold the back. Old 11 actually wants a turn with the 13 retaliate stacks, but he's going to be super careful. So they open up with the meta. Old 11 still hanging around. He's going to die too easily, but this retaliate has now worn off him with the Clockwork. I mean, he's already got the boots and the Windlace, so FI is probably going to have to cut the Fissure. Yeah, chuck one out. Yeah, but look at the emphasis they're putting mid. I think they have to. I mean, Somnus has 13 last hits. You know, that one early death as well. This is not a good matchup, it seems. I thought he might... I mean, I definitely wasn't expecting Somnus to be able to last it well. But I wasn't sure if he'd be able to just constantly play around with minimal amount of HP, because you can always like shift down and then shift up and play on like 300 HP, but it just seems like as soon as he runs up, he just gets galed into a couple of right clicks and then he just does nothing. But Morbid Mask will come out, then he will just be able to farm the jungle at a pretty decent rate. So as long as Somnus doesn't die again, you know, they can still pick this hero off. Like F5 with the rotation, we've seen X-Nova make a movement as well, because Chalice doesn't really need too much help. I mean, he's already got the drums completed as well. Did he even put a point up in Poison Over actually? F5, Fissure, off the mark, and now with the ultimate, Somnus is going to be careful. He doesn't have the waveform, so Clockwork's going to run forward. Does utilize the strength adaptive strike there. Somnus will not need to TP out, but I mean, he's got no god. Oh, this could be a kill actually, X-Nova. No, just off the mark there, unfortunate. Very close. I mean, one ability lands, even like the glimpse, but I think it was just out of range because Clockwork, what? Yeah, boots and Windlace, right? He's got Tranks already, so. And Monet's actually out of top, so this is a little bit faster than I expected. And because that's really interesting, because I mean, that's naturally where the TB wants to be towards the end of the stage here. Flywind, Dead Doom. A lot of time we see like the Terrorblade in the safe lane where you're like, all right, level 5, I'm going to make a rotation. You farm the jungle, make your way slowly toward the top side, and you start to position top, or even start to position mid where you kind of shove out this lane, and then you farm the camps around it. Because top's eventually going to be your home. Like, you want to get out of the bottom side because that's the dead lane, play away from it. And I mean, the fact that you have this, you know, triangle camp with the Ancients also, yeah. Very interesting is TP. Yes, I wonder about that. A little bit awkward of a movement there, going from top to farming these camps and then based on the TP. But I mean, he's still top of the net worth. He's got meta. He's going to try and farm some Ancients. So Monade's having a pretty good time. Even gets a good old trusty shovel as well. Come on, give him a bounty. Give him a bounty for good measure. Ah, goddamn freaking Cobalt. Shake my head, bottom left. No Flywind once again. Glimpse drags him back. Chelsea's falling incredibly low. Nice cogs from the... Gonna trap him in. They get Doom as well. With that level 6 freshly picked up there. They're in trouble. Stampede, though, will be used defensively to give X-Nova a little bit of space. So, a couple of ultimates forced out for the Gyrocopter, but Gyro was having an incredibly good lane. I mean, he was 1-0 and 3. They're going to be able to make some fat stacks for my boy Chalice, but unfortunately the death coming out is neck and neck with the net worth on the Terrorblade as we take a look as well with the Venomancer DD. I mean, he's only got 1 point in the Plague Wards at the moment, and I like this movement. You get Morphling out, put him in the jungle, I think. Where is the Morph, actually? He's top. He's going to put top row.
Top tower is under attack.
Build. You know that the Venomancer, I think one team that did it very well was TNC when they made that run through the first major. AP and Co honestly just were well aware of how they have to play the Veno. You kind of just, this is a hero that's very good at being able to defend towers and put pressure on towers with the Plague Ward. It's not as easy anymore because you do kind of need to put more points in Poison Sting. It's not that 1.1 though with the HP regen reduction, so you need a couple more points in the W to kind of have an effect in the lane. X-Nova's level 5, 3 points up in the Glimpse, so drag back the Clockwork. Radiant trying to bring the numbers in the area to defend Clock here, but now with the cooldown, Chalice is going to be an immense amount of magical damage. It's not going to matter. DD with his rotation chucks out the Poison over. They might try and tie up Chalice, but a nice telekinesis will force away the Earthshaker. And now DD, he's going to go ham as well. The cancer heroes that he loves to play, the Viper, and now it's even shown with the Venomancer as well. 2-0 and 1 for him. Gets a couple of earn charges. And that's another death now for the Gyrocopter.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Like I was saying though, with the Veno, you know, this is a hero that really wants to play aggressive, you know, very defensive, protecting towers. Old 11. This kill, very difficult. I mean, he's got some boys coming for the Raptor Strike, so will actually be able to help out here. Now, Old 11's in the tricky spot. Chalice is going to be able to rotate forward as well, Fly when he doesn't have the Doom, so Clockwork's going to pay the price here with a connecting. Now they've got the vision with the Glimpse back as well. That play actually works out for Dire. Nice little bait coming through from Old 11. The damage from the adapted strike was enough to kill off the first hero, and then LGD, they bring the Goon Squad to help out with the rest. And now this is a big rotation, because if they get the tier 1 tower, I mean, I was just literally harping on the fact that the Venomancer is very, very good at being able to defend towers and also then put pressure on their own towers, but that's not the case here. They might pay the price, though. You're going to be careful. DD's got Gale, but Chalice is going to try and drums himself away. Use a Glimpse defensively just in case though. It does scout out X-Nova's in the area, but Felix can't really get in range. Oh no, okay. Did they put much damage on the tower? Yeah, he's got the catapult. They do have Glyph if they want to actually keep it alive, but I mean, Somnus is here already. Drums. Wow, he's gonna go drums. I guess Somnus is going to try and get active early with the drums. That's the only thing I can really think of. You don't need the attack speed. I want to see how this actually ends up faring. I've not seen a drums on the Morphling, especially with the new drums. But I feel like this is if they just want to push up the pressure. Because I thought Dire were going to play a little bit more slow, and it looks like they won't. Gyro's going to go for the drums into the BKB, so no drums Agnum's build. He still has his stack to farm up, but yeah, this is a quick movement coming out from Dire. He's going to get caught out in the stack storm. It's a massive function on the backline. Catches through the Poison Earth combination here. Stuck out in the clogs. PSG.LGD, they clean up for one, but what's the consequence coming out here? As they're just going to get shredded down by the damage over time. DD and Felix will clean up 3. It is a trade that at least they'll get something out of it. A 3 for 2. Definitely well done from them. I mean, that hook shot from the Clockwork, cleaning up 2 on the backline there. Doom's not an easy person to be able to kill. You might even go for like a hood or something, considering the amount of magic damage that Dire have at the moment. Especially if Somnus, you know, Gyro and the Morphling both are very mixed damage. Early on, they're pretty magical reliant. I would say reliant, but you know, that's where they get a lot of their damage. So you wouldn't be surprised if it does kind of transition back to like a hood after the drums that he's going for. But 1,000 net worth lead right now for the boys over on RNG. That fight's going to be able to give them a little bit of advantage, but they're going to smoke up. Somnus will get caught out. Can he get the strength morphed out? No, he can't. A quick turn from Flywin prevents the survivability. Very, very nicely done. Next, they're still invis. I don't see any sentries actually. Radiant have one. He might run into it. Yeah, X. No. Nah, he's fine. He'll dip up to the northwestern side. DD is going to continue trying to protect the towers. It's a nice deep ward. That's actually going to be pretty difficult to deal with. You really expect that. Well, they did see him in the sentry and they know where he walked up, but wait, this is already pipe completed? Oh, that's from the Centaur, I believe. Sugar? Falling away from the Clockwork, just solo killing. Now we even see the Centaur. He's in trouble. Very nicely done for raiding. I mean, DD's a man on a mission. This Venomancer is playing incredibly well, defending towers, putting pressure with the rotations. Clockwork and the Rubik having a really high impact this game. I mean, 10 kill participation on the Clockwork, 9 kill participation for Felix. I mean, he's already got the 8th lens. And now they're gonna try and get some D wards on, some vision advantage, pushing the tower. They do have Urn and Spirit Vessel, which seems awkward. Clockwork. Right at the high ground there. Somnus gotta be careful. Hooks onto 2, but it looks like still the Clockwork probably gonna end up falling here. They even put the Static Storm just in case to try and keep X over alive, but the Urn might take him down, and it will. So, I mean, I feel like Clockwork's kind of okay with that. You get a kill, felt like he was definitely gonna die. They get the same amount of gold as well. Yeah, it almost seemed like he was definitely dead there. Has Shell's taken his stack yet? No, he hasn't. I mean, he hasn't got flak maxed out. It looks like 80's actually going to be the one to go for the wood. Okay, fair enough. Pretty good game for it. This pipe's also pretty big for Dire, so 3,000 net worth lead. I mean, it's slowly increasing. They're giving a free time for the Terrorblade, who already has this Skadi completed. Sorry, the Sinjin Yasha, then going for the Skadi. Apologies. I'm so glad they put the mango icon. That's a really cool choreo. Any baby Roshes are freaking clean. I'm really glad they put the mango icon. It was so annoying trying to like scout out where the mangoes were. Speaking about them, we'll take a quick look at the neutrals, as we do have another spawn of the Downies. But Monate's ready to kind of get active, but SMY Metamorphosis was available, so you just want to try and get involved here. RNG do have, yeah, their abilities up. You know, they got the Doom, the meta that just got popped here. Felix is hunting. Hookshot just shy. F5, we'll be fine. And now this is going to give RNG nice positioning so they can take farm away from that, exactly where that circle just got drawn. That's kind of where I imagine they'll try and ward next so they can put some pressure onto this top tier 2 tower. Because Dire are already controlling the bottom side of the map here. They got very good ward positioning. And I mean, it's going to scout out the Clockwork. He's hunting. But who can he find though? X-Nova with that deep ward's going to be able to scout out this movement. So looks like they're just baiting old 11. They're going to take the fight though, Fissure. Pump fade, Clockwork. Not going to be able to hold X-Nova in. Now he's got to be careful because the wraparound's coming out from Chalice. The Glimpse drags him back. Felix going to try and give him some protection. Down with the hook, some chain locking down the clock. Yeah, he will end up falling. So LGD, they bring the Goon Squad. They see that movement, very nicely done with the deep ward. It's probably going to get revealed here with how fast LGD made that movement down bot. They definitely were able to scout them out. I've got very good vision advantage to them. Take a look kind of at this side. You know, Dire only got one around that mid lane. That just got placed? Yeah, it just got placed. But, I mean, what's Sonus going? She's going A-Blade, okay. This drum's actually really interesting from Sonus, so I haven't paid too much attention to him. I mean, he tried to get involved with that buff. Sentinel's actually really farmed. Blink Dagger. There we go. I think the big timing for Dire is what BKB on Gyro, right? He really drums BKBs. If you don't win fight, then you're going to really start to fall behind against the Terrorblade, which is worrisome. And I mean, we see Monate's having a pretty free time. They're going to place another deep ward. De-warded. I feel like you want to kind of, I mean, they're not going to reveal the smoke here, but it does end up getting popped. So The ward's going to get taken away. They still have the back one that's scouting out a lot of the movement coming out from RNG. A little bit of ring around the rosy, but we'll see Chalice be able to take the fat stack. Oof, give me some neutrals, baby. Van Brace, you love to see it. They get a stone as well. Oh, that's nice for the Earthshaker. One thing I will say is that I think, yeah, they're going to get Blink and BKB around the same time, and it's actually pretty massive for Dire. Hook shot, Disruptor. Just underneath the ward. Was he going for a D ward? Did he have a sentry? He did. Maybe just got caught out on the cross path there. And you take a look as well with the wards from Radiant. They're, you know, positioning a little bit. Actually, I thought they were going to play some more deeper vision so they could put pressure on towers, but it looks like with the warding around Roche, they can maybe take a fight and take it pretty easily with meta, you know, with Plague Ward set up. You got to be careful though, because you don't have the greatest like AoE fight. You know, Poison Nova's great. Clogs inside Roche Pit's pretty good as well for the positioning. But I mean, you dive, got cooldown, you got Static Storm, you got Echo with the blink now. You do have a couple of items starting to get picked up. That's a BKB on the Doom. That's a BKB onto the Gyro. So there we go. There's that BKB blink timing that I was trying to wait for on PSG.LGD. But look at top. Sensor is in trouble. Tries to attempt with a fissure to protect old 11, but he will still fall nonetheless.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Done.
Dire's structures.
Next I was going to be able to get the D ward in the end, so they will take away that one on the high ground. See, the map is littered with sentries, but we'll get claimed unless Chalice can. I mean, it's still going to get claimed, but he will get the deny at least. So a bit of gold going over towards him. 5,000 net worth lead though. I mean, it's the fact that you've got a Doom, you know, you're gonna hit level 15, man, and that 120 devour bonus gold going for it if you do all the Doom duration. You know, I still believe we've been seeing the 15. We don't see Dooms too much at the moment, but once you're able to get these abilities maxed out, you hit that 15 talent, you're going to skyrocket in worth. And I mean, the Terrorblade as well is just able to farm a lot faster than what Dire are, you know, what the Dire cause. Yes, you can kind of prioritize Chalice's farm with stacking up a couple of Ancients, but, you know, apart from that, he went for the Drums BKB build, and Dire need to try and fight with this. This is a build where Chalice is like, all right, boys, you know, we want to try and take a fight. We want to try and push the tempo as fast as possible. We're not going to play this farming game because we know we're not going to be able to win it. Terrorblade will out-farm us, and he's doing that already. You know, I mean, you can see in the net worth, you can see in the last hits, he's so far ahead of the second highest already. And the supports are still having a really good time as well. I mean, this Rubik's 309, Clockwork's still been involved in a majority of the kills. Like, they're ahead in the net worth on these supports, and I mean, it's looking really, really good at the moment. And here's that Roche play. They don't even need the meta. Dire have already scanned, so they're gonna have to make a movement. I mean, you'd expect them to want to take this fight, but they're just, I mean, they don't have the vision, and they're gonna have to give this one up. It looks like meta is on cooldown. If a fight does break out, RNG could be in trouble. Looks like they're TPing a little bit too late, unfortunately. They're kind of all getting grouped up. They don't know where Radiant are. They think they may be smoking with the position, but there we go. They just claimed, and that's a free one as well, where, and that's, I think LGD have to take a fight. They might still smoke up though, because they do feel pretty strong. Maybe they anticipated that the meta got popped there for that Roche, but they're going to have to find pretty soon that it actually wasn't used. And then they're going to run into a Skadi, Aegis, Metamorphosis, Terrorblade as well. You know, oh, smoke on smoke. And if they pop underneath the Radiant Ward, this could be a disaster. But it looks like, in fact, they'll just link up with the Terrorblade who can just TP down bot. So both smokes are going to be off the mark. I think Somnus is fine.
Is under attack.
Both smokes are going to be off the mark. So we're just hanging out. Chilling, cruising, being a bit of ballers. How much did the Shadow Blade change? Okay, it went up a little bit. Wasn't sure how much gold it got increased by. I hadn't actually taken a look. Radiant's going to be able to set up with Plague Wards, and then how do you initiate on Dire? Like, that's also another thing that I haven't brought up. I mean, it's the Rubik Clockwork against the Earthshaker, which is really good. Rocket Flare, a great way to be able to cancel the blink, but now you've also got to run through Plague Wards, so now the Earthshaker has to go for a Shadow Blade to protect him with the invis. Dire playing this farm game, but doesn't... I mean, I'd be okay if they were playing the farm game if they didn't go for the drums BKB first item. Like, Monade's just 4k gold ahead, and now they're just walking up higher, and it's going to force Dire back here. You don't have any defensive support at the moment, so you do have to be careful, even though you got the... They'll drag Monade back. Trying to force out some of the abilities. Felix actually going to blink forward now. They catch up the Morphling before he's able to get the catch speed shift off. Able to do this one. Morphling to pick the ball down. He does have the buyback available. Or11's going to counter initiate to Man Echo as well from the backline. F5 will catch the boat out here. Massive ultimate. Where's the initiation on top of it afterwards? Like the BKB challenge. Here's that 10-second duration when Metamorphosis has already been popped as well, so you got to be careful. Stampede can follow up, and now we're going to get the Gloom's drag back when he's got the Sunderstone to be able to utilize. Telekinesis in the air, but a nice stomp from F5 in the backline. Catches out the Sundeer, and now they've got the Stone. Stampede. Beautifully done from the Rubik, but they do lose 2. That's the Aegis as well. DD. Oh my lord. That's pretty big, man. That's really big. You don't lose too much. So we'll take a look at the fight recap once it does pop up. There we go. How much is it? I mean, yeah, you buy back on the Morphling. That's still about 1,000. But you just walk up higher and you pop better on first life. I mean, Terrorblade's not the greatest Aegis carry because you kind of want Metamorphosis as your first life. If you pop it as soon as you respawn, then a lot of time you just... They've already been able to kind of collapse and get a better positioning. So I'm worried because if I really do think Dire late game, they're going to have the lineup. Their team fight seems far superior. And that was that 10-second BKB duration that we've been waiting on Chelsea. Now it looks like he's actually switched up and gone for the Agate himself after a pretty good team fight from him. But now his farm's going to be able to catch back up. It is still a 5,000 net worth lead for RNG, but it feels like I have to slow this game down a little bit. With that Aegis push was actually everything for RNG. They might still be able to take a fight, but I mean, it was a really good way to initiate on top of the Morphling, but you pop Hookshot, you pop Doom, and then you didn't have anything else for afterwards. And then, very good initiation for the Centaur. FY then follows up as well with the multi-Echo. So just a really nice kind of, very solid execution from LGD throughout that fight. And now they're going to drag this game back a little bit. We'll have the bounties getting picked up, or at least available. One thing I will say is the outpost control as well. Dire haven't been able to claim a tier 2. So at the moment they're at threat of, I mean, still 5 minutes away from the next 10-minute mark, but I should say the next 10-minute interval. That's gonna be nice. Do you want the Centaur stun though, just to chain lock down the Morphling? I understand the Alpha Wolf for the Terrorblade, just trying to enable his damage as much as possible. But they're gonna get to the stage, man. Somnus with the Replicate can do a drastic amount, and Dire still don't have, I mean, like, Somnus still doesn't have a BKB, Old 11 still doesn't have a BKB as well, and these BKBs are going to be pretty important for them once they get to the later stages against kind of the magical damage, the Veno, the Doom, the Rubik as well. I mean, the Clockwork. Pretty much all of them up the Terrorblade.
Dire's top tower.
So we're gonna hang out. We're gonna hang out, have a bit of a chill one. Both teams try and get that foot holding back.
Illusion.
Any big item timings coming out that we might see smoke movement for? Gyro's still gonna go for the is actually gonna go MKB. Okay. Oops. It's a really interesting build up now. For a second I'm like, hang on, is he going Owner or what's he actually going? His 4 staff's pretty big now for the Rubik actually. Just positioning throughout the team fight I think is incredibly important, but they're going to smoke up, try and link with Somnus at top, who's getting this lane shoved out. They're attempting a bait here, Radiant looking like they're going to go for their own smoke as well. Centaur's doing these illusions are really annoying, and you see, I mean, Dire well aware of the position, might be able to catch up on 8 here. Smoke's going to pop. Dire, they don't get the positioning, or at least the vision. And Radiant going to take the fight. If they run up high gun, they're going to be careful. They got the ward for it. They're on the backline now, but the outpost Zoom straight away instantly on top of the Centaur. They're going to try and break him down to start the fight here. And it looks like they'll be able to do so successfully now. Also, Disruptor X Nova's going to get caught out on top of the backline. Beautifully done from the Clockwork. need too much help to be able to find that kill. So 2 dead on LGD. They might be able to find more as well. So he's got the BKB to be able to utilize. He's going to try and go for a TP after them. Damage to break him down, but the Metamorphosis Renate. No, not enough there, unfortunately. Nice BKB, but that, I mean, that's your 9-second duration. And they might just walk up high ground. Centaur's down for 25. They don't know he doesn't have buyback. It's just the disruptor at the moment of this game, but they meta, so they want to get a little bit more out of this. And they also know the BKB is on cooldown, but you know they did force out Doom. Somnus is also ratting at the moment, takes a tier 2, can't really go for too much more without knowing whether, you know, whether Rubik is potentially. You got to be careful, man. When they still got BKB to be able to utilize, but Dire have their ultimates. They're going to take the fight here. Oh my god, that BKB from Renate. Tears on ult 11. He tries to pop the Stampede, but it's not going to be reduced so successfully. He gets nowhere out of it. Quick blink from Flywin as well. They take the melee. Man, what a BKB. Monate, quick fingers, quick reactions, cleans off the Centaur. That's his 2nd death in a row. You love to see it. What a fight there from RNG. Very nicely done. 9,000 net worth lead now for them. They're going to have a big advantage mid, and this is right before potentially next Roche spawn as well, which is going to allow them to put some pressure on. Both teams have relatively decent Roche taking potential. I'd say it's more favorable for Radiant just because you can position play towards DD's even got a good old arcane rune, so you love to see that. Please put one in the Roche pit. Like, I actually beg you to put one in Roche. What the heck? Oh no. Right, I guess they don't really need meta. There you go. Big bad boy Roche is up. Just giving him a lot of vision. Did they increase the vision of mango trees to the last pack? That's actually something I'm gonna have to double check. Looks like it's a lot more than what I remember. Remember the Roche pit mango trees? And this mango also on the icon where 15 to Roche was nuts. That was so annoying, and you just put it on the edge where it's you just can't really get rid of it.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Really awkward to deal with, but Dire scan does connect. They know that Radiant's playing up on the high ground here. Gonna try and take the fight. Radiant do get both outposts as well. Dire have taken 2 tier 2s, but they didn't actually control any, so 550 experience going towards Radiant. Dire won't get none of that at all, so 10,000 net worth lead. And yeah, now after the outpost, you see that they've been able to gain a little bit of an experience lead. Trying to get a footholding in this game is PSG.LGD. I mean, they've taken pretty much one good fight on bot, Rubik. Should be a free pick off for them. Somnus, the burst coming through from the shotgun. I don't think they can still take Roche fast enough. They're actually going to walk up aggressively, maybe play on the higher ground in case PSG.LGD walk up blindly. So I'll keep him back to try and, you know, potentially deal with this. They're well aware that this is the next objective for RNG. They're not, I mean, you know, not going to walk up high ground without Aegis. So you got to keep one person bot. Somnus is going to be that hero. He's going to try and keep... Your bottom lane is very much... He's going to TP up, but bottom lane is very much a trigger point. As soon as you shove it out into the high ground, it forces Radiant to TP back and deal with. Because if you don't, like, that's literally the only way Dire can really stop Radiant from taking Roche. Unless you full walk forward and take a head-on fight. But Radiant just have a far superior kind of high ground. It's very difficult to take a head-on fight there. I like that gem from Xnova. They're so aware that the initiation's on point. They're already kind of losing the vision game because the Clockwork's got the flare, the Venomancer's got the Plague Ward, so picked up pretty early here for Xnova, and he's going to go for the Aghanim as well. So this kind of scaling potential on the Disruptor, you know, that Static Storm late game has so much threat. I mean, it's probably one of the best Aghanims. You can never count out a Disruptor late game Axe.
Radiant are scanning.
We've got Xnova. The really nice positioning with the water high ground. He's going to be able to pop this, but he might get initiated on fly. Went blink off straight on top of the high ground. It's going to counter initiate on top of the roof there. Able to burst him down. Now with the call down is terrible. He's going to be careful. Stuck into the river. Still has his BKB to utilize, but Somnus is getting chased down as well. A 1-for-1 with hook shots onto the Mark Shell. Still has the BKB, but he's stuck out in the cogs here. Somnus playing around with the replicant and has his own metamorphosis. F5 Doom's going to end up wearing off as well, so he has the Echo Slam to try and lock down Monet, but it's not going to matter here. On top of the backline, Somnus DD has to actually commit the full ultimate to try and deal with Somnus. He's going to be able to do so successfully. It's a nice stack storm, locking terribly now. Oh, the Echo and F5, he's waiting. He sets up, but it looks like he can't get the full block down here. Monet still has the BKB to be able to protect him. He doesn't even need it for this fight. Monet, a man on a mission, now uses the last second as Somnus has to give it for the waveform forward here. They need a couple of buybacks. They need it now, but it's not going to matter. Monet, a TP out, he's protected. That BKB, Monet, oh my lord. But this might just be Roche though. Yes, die force out buybacks, but you've got to get Roche with this now. They actually have to walk down, I think, because Terrorblade doesn't have meta. This game could actually turn on its head right now. Ages, where's that fight recap? Radiant are coming though. Radiant are coming. They're not going to get there. I don't even think they can take the fight nonetheless. Fly? He can catch up on A. I mean, he doesn't have BKB. Clockwork might be an easier target. He's got the 4-star Glimmer as well. Yeah, he'll be fine. Gets over there. Need the vision for the glimpse, but... Alright, well, they get rid of the... Did I miss the fight recap? I think I did. What was the swing? Went in Radiant's favor. I mean, how many buybacks? There was a lot 4-star. Morphling, Jaro, Earthshaker, disrupt the 4 buybacks, man. Far out. 4 buybacks for 3 deaths and a Rubik buyback as well. I mean, you still don't lose the Terrorblade. He's just going absolutely hacked throughout these fights. And, you know, that was a really nice initiation. You catch out X-Nova, makes it pretty awkward for him. I mean, it was 1-for-1 to start. Rubik got killed, you know, by the shotgun, but it didn't matter. Oh, hookshot? A bit of awkward timing. You know, that Doom as well. That fight definitely wouldn't have gone as well. I mean, that's the thing that LGD, I really feel like you just need to disengage. As soon as you see your meta pop, Doom pops, Poison Over pop, Stampede, get out. You can't really commit to a full head-on fight. I'm really surprised they're not playing it like that. I mean, they're going to try and burst down a couple of supports with the E-Blade. But Radiant are very good in long drawn out fights. You know, Doom's gonna, how long does Doom last? 16 seconds, Poison over 18 seconds. So they're pretty much ending around the same time. That is going to be for that full duration. I mean, you're not really going to be able to take a fight longer than 52 seconds. So you really want to see Dark kind of play around. As soon as these ultimates get popped, and you know, straight away Stampede dip out. But we haven't really seen that potential at the moment. And this is the thing that RNG doing a really good job. You know, Clockwork hunting down, locking down heroes. You know, the Rubik as well is doing a formidable job. Just the slows from the Terrorblade. It's making it a little difficult. But the big thing is that they got the Aegis. They got the cheese. Somnus with the Aegis and Chelsea with the cheese here. They even got MK completed. Did they lose the gem? No. X-Nova still got the gem. Okay. Has Rating got one? No, I don't see one. Gotta play with the vision. Play around the high gun. The good old ward on the high gun. Just wait for them to run up into a full team fight into that choke point. Because if... I mean, the lanes are going to get shoved out eventually. I can probably see Diet trying to... You can't really see, because Radiant doing exactly what they need to do. Mid's going to get shoved out. Money can just send illusions top. Clockwork can constantly rocket flares. They're pretty low level, but... Yeah, let's just put the wall on the higher gun. Die can't really run up without... It's such an awkward higher gun to run up because you have the fog behind the tree line. And this is kind of what I expect Dai will do eventually. If they can get control here, they'll probably bait with the obs and do exactly the same thing Radiant are doing. Whoever finds the initiation seems like they have a way higher percentage of being able to take this fight, or at least take a fight and then take the game. That's how it's showing at the moment throughout these engagements. But just a bit of cross map from my bot. This will now allow Dai to de-ward, which I don't know if I really... We'll see. I think that's such a power spot in a ward where once you leave higher gun, it just makes it easy for them to kind of clean it up. But they'll smoke up. Okay, I was going to find old 11, so it cancels out the blink down. They're in a tricky spot because there's a couple of wards. Hook shot forward. I was going to get caught before the BKB. Around the static storm. Holds back the turboblades, but not going to matter. And fly. Echo holds out two. The massive ultimate. They clean up 2 heroes from RNG. They're going to be forced to disengage here with the Stampede. It could be successful. Jared can't get the chase off successfully, but it looks like Dominus Dominate. It's not going to be protected. He'll move forward. They're hunting down at Fly. They will be able to kill him off once. Remember, LGD, they don't have buybacks. Old 11. When it doesn't matter. The blink forward from Fly win. It's all up to Somnus at the moment. It looks like, unfortunately, can this man be able to take it? He can't. He won't win that team fight. Aegis claims Sentinel buys back when Still got the Metamorphosis to be able to utilize here. Somnus getting ripped by the illusions. Look at the reflection go to work. I mean, it's been some big echoes from FY, but it just seems like it's a little bit too late. The initiations, RNG, keep coming out on top, man. You got to find the opening. Old 11 walks up forward very aggressively here. They don't have meta. Somnus, if you can have a free fight here, they're going to be careful. Can they try and knock down Monet? Not bursted. Somnus going to be up in 5 seconds. They'll protect him with the Glimmer K. PSG.LGD, they are delaying, but can they delay enough? That's the question. They still have a full set of racks up top. Job 4 next. He's going to get caught, but he's still got the fish. So the force, but oh my lord, never mind. A good old crit from Monet can be able to bring him down in 1 hit. He doesn't have a buyback to be able to rejoin as well. So RNG, they'll claim a second full set of racks, and they're going to head towards the top side of the map as well with the 20,000 net worth lead. This is not a game, but it's very, very close. They're going to have to wait out till the Gyrocopter 11. Nicely done. They'll get the gem back. So hunting one after the other. It's still got BKB. We'll pop the sun. So this is Satanic now. Can you burst him down? Jar's alive, but you just don't have the chain lockdown, which is the issue. You're going to have to go against Megas. Dire should be okay at dealing with this. It's not going to be the most... Somnus? I don't think you can walk out like that, bro. What are you doing, BKB? But look at the damage. Oh my lord. Somnus got to be careful. 9-second BK. Late game BKB. You want as high timing as you can get. That's lucky they didn't have the clockwork there. Ay. That could have been rough. What's the probability? I reckon about a 98%. 97. I mean, that's mega, so you gotta kind of imagine it's gonna be pretty high up there. Oh, not a spell prism on Doom. That's so disgusting. So disgusting.
Dire's courier.
Whole second blink. 116-second Doom. Alright, so the rapier time for Chalice, is this like on the high ground? Like full clockwork. He finds Why? That's a really big hero to be able to bring down, but it looks like it's backline. Somnus is in trouble here. Monet, he's popped the Metamorphosis, but with Stampede now, PSG.LGD can able to disengage here. Flywing cancels off the blink as well, so he can't find the Doom. That's exactly what Dire need to do. As soon as Meta gets popped, disengage, use that Stampede to reset the fight. Really like how they played that, but the only issue is they might still just end up losing a couple of towers here. Old 11 now, telekinesis up. It's got the Scardy soul as well. Now Flyman's going to be up on the opening on the backline. Doom. Chalice got to be careful. The Gale's throwing now. Chalice just walks back forward. It's going to pay the price here. LGD, they don't have buyback. Someone's going to be end up forcing to fight by himself, but it doesn't matter. Monet, a couple of crits, and the Terrorblade just goes untouched this game. 9-2. This one's over. The G's are dropped, and LGD, they've got to tap out. What a fight, RNG. What a game from them. I just felt like they were always getting the initiation. It always felt like RNG was getting the initiation. They couldn't really take team fights. Like, there were a couple big echoes from the Earthshake. fight from RNG. What a game from them. I just felt like they were always getting the...
RNG's turn to ban. PSG.LGD's turn to ban. RNG's turn to pick. PSG.LGD. RNG's turn to pick. PSG.LGD's turn to pick.
Welcome back, guys. Straight into the action as we got RNG up against PSG.LGD for our second game. And we see, take a look at the opener for the Phoenix and Mars, and instantly into the Snap 5 pick was pretty instant there from PSG.LGD. This is very, very interesting. I want to take a look at the bans as well. I want to put a little bit of emphasis. Last at the very end of that game, I highlighted I want to pay attention to as second pick, and if that Terrorblade is going to get prioritized at the fourth, it's not going to happen actually. So regardless, though, I will say that RNG, they chose Radiant, and LGD, they chose second picks. So that the for this game here, and we've been seeing a lot of the Phoenix Mars at the moment, but I imagine with the Batrider that's going to get protected out by PSG.LGD. They get rid of the Oracle, Slog's probably another hero banned. Anyone that's going to be able to relatively well versus Batrider, I think is going to be the big factor. And one thing I will highlight is, the Snapfire versus the Phoenix. This is, I think conceptually, Snapfire does very well with the Phoenix. You have the little shredder to kill the egg, but this is a hero that kind of likes to sit very far in the backline in the team fight, and utilize the Mortimer-Kisses. So against the Phoenix, you need to play a little more, you need to play a little bit more different, you know, kind of towards the middle of the fight if you're the hero to deal with the Phoenix deck. You can still draft someone like, example, Ursa, to kill off the egg with that high attack speed. So then the stat, you can play it multiple ways. It's not just one way set in stone. Wow, the Abaddon, man, interesting. We don't see too much of the Abaddon, the Omni Knight. Those heroes, even the Legion, honestly, is not really there at the moment. There was a stage where any hard dispel was like, all right, we just pick it up. It doesn't matter. You know, we were even thinking like all three of those heroes just get banned out. But yeah, it doesn't really feel like it's at that stage anymore at the moment. I'm kind of surprised RNG actually banned out the Viper as well. I mean, it's a DD classic. I know, of course, you know, Somnus would easily be able to play the Viper, but it just goes to show how much prioritization that DD is bringing to the Viper. I think, you know, when he was on SAG, was such a strong Viper player. I mean, he still is a really strong Viper player. I mean, he's only been on RNG for a little bit, so he just kind of brought back the Viper into the meta, and you know, it shows that they're a little worried about that hero. I mean, that was an earlier ban. So is Shadow Demon still a potential, which I don't mind versus the Mars. They really like playing Shadow Demons in position 4 here. We didn't see that banned out at all last game. The only reason why I bring it up is because I know X-Nova doesn't mind playing the stat fire. You can still give it to FY as well. But I'm a huge fan of having a defensive support against the Mars. It's a hero that kind of really wants to, if you can counteract the spear and counteract that, you know, spear into arena damage in the combination, then it really hinders Mars's damage output. They banned the Void. Okay. Mass team fight would have been really difficult to try and deal with. There we go. So they're gonna ogre into some right click. I instantly think of Terrorblade, but Terrorblade versus Mars seems awkward. So it's not even, I think we see a lot of, I think I've seen PSG.LGD and Vici Gaming very much favor this. It's the Ogre Magi against the Phoenix. Naturally, you're just going to amplify your blood loss, you know, with the increased attack speed. It's also pretty nice with the movement speed as well, just being able to get in and out of fights if you want to, you know, commit to the egg or disengage away from it. It's a little bit more difficult because of the Mars Arena. It's going to give you a nice defensive support as well. I think Ogre is really strong. You fall off in damage, but what you fall off in does get made up because of how you're amplifying your core. So I'm intrigued to see what they're actually going to try and pick up here. They do have Ultra last pick, but I imagine that's going to be kept for Somnus. They do Legion. Okay. So they're probably, I imagine, going to try and put the lead. So how do they play this now, though? Is it a Mars core, or are they... That's the TV, okay. This is quick pace, and Phantom Lance is really good this game. That's interesting that they picked the Terrorblade, because PL is really good against the Batrider and it's really good against the Terrorblade, and they didn't really protect a TB at all, which is, I wonder why they maybe should have last picked it instead, so they could have used these two bans to protect it. And now they're just going to try and, you know, Zeus going to get banned out, Lesh going to get banned out. These are two heroes that deal very well with the illusions, you know, magic damage, so kind of both the PL and Terrorblade like to ban out similar heroes. I think Zeus isn't as good versus the PL, but you know, PSG.LGD looking for some intel damage dealing mid lane, doesn't have to worry about the egg. Someone that can kind of help deal with the Timbersaw. Honestly, sorry, help deal with the PL. And then I was going to say, I think Timbersaw is actually relatively good this game. You got 3 strength heroes, really does well versus the PL, and it can be your last pick. So, you know, I don't think RNG are going to go for a strength hero, because if they go for a strength hero, then Timbers instantly would be probably screaming its name. What's another? I mean, Ember's gone, Lesh is gone. That's usually the top 2, I'd say, for the mid heroes to deal with the Phantom Lancer. Yeah, that's kind of top two. And now it's awkward because now you can put the Legion versus the Bat Rider, and now you can put the PL versus the Bat Rider. So you got two heroes that can lane versus the Bat. And RNG can still put the Mars wherever they want to.
RNG's turn to pick.
Like, it can be a Phoenix and Mars support duo. I've even seen some teams attempt Legion, but I don't think that'll be the case. And what a good pot game, man. Look at the AoE, Phoenix, Mars, some burst damage to kind of deal with the Terrorblade, nice amount of control. PSG.LGD, where's your initiation come from? It's just not there. Bat Rider, yes, that's pretty much it, but the Cookie Sun's not going to connect. Fire Blast as a cast animation and Ogre being in the middle of the fight. Puck looks like a free game, and I think DK is maybe your last option for LGD. Gives you a way to take towers, which you're okay with the TB, but you want a little bit better of a way to catch up the puck. But then you don't deal with the Phantom Lancer. I think DK can kind of itemize though. This is a really tricky last pick.
You may now select your heroes.
I love RNG's lineup. I love it all. This PO, I'm just kind of surprised about the Terrorblade. I think the Terrorblade kind of put them into a trap here, because naturally with that Rider, you think of, who do you think of? You think of Slark. Well, one, Oracle. I think you have to always get rid of Oracle because he counters your Sticky Napalm and your Lasso. So, apart from the Oracle with carries, you think of Slark, you think of PO, and then you go a little bit down the list. I'd say Naga, I'd say Jug, Lifestealer, Weaver's okay as well, but usually Slark and PO as claws are kind of the first two that you ban out. So the fact that then you pick Terrorblade as well, who doesn't really play well versus Phantom Lance, he also likes to ban out a he also likes to ban PL when you pick the TB. So interesting here. I want to see if it comes back to hinder them with leaving this DK till last. I mean, it's good versus the puck. You have an instant stun in the Dragon Tail if you are in that melee form, so it's very nice initiation for the puck, which I think they need. Somnus is going to be able to itemize as well. He can go for the Ags, the Mjolnir. We don't really see that Radiance build anymore. So you can kind of deal with the Phantom Lance, which I think they need to this game, but this is not an easy game. They've also got a hard dispel, so it's not the greatest Bat Rider performance, and it is actually a Legion support. So there we go. It's going to be the position 5 Legion. I've seen CDC actually do this a lot. Not recently, but they used to, maybe like 3 months ago. They were actually trying out the Legion, maybe a little bit longer than 3 months, but they were actually trying the Legion a little bit as a 5. But my only issue is, have they gone too heavy for this? I don't even know if that's a big concern, because it's going to be a Legion PL lane, but like, it does kind of feel awkward. So maybe but then Legion Mars is like kind of awkward as well. I think you just kind of have to make do. I really like RNG's lineup. Though, I do say Bloodloss is really good if you have DK kind of go for the damage and of course with Terrorblade. So it's going to be very difficult to get off through these fights, but I believe Radiant have far superior team fight, so it's going to make it very for PSG.LGD to really make any plays. I mean, I think they have more of kind of this pick-off where Bat Rider with Blink, or Somnus with Blink. I like the RNG lineup. I think this PO just looks too goddamn good. PO should be able to take this on late, and they have the team fight to be able to go with that as well. And Dire don't really have a lineup where they can. I don't think they've got a lineup where they can just take over the game with pickoffs. Like, it's the worst with the bat. And this Smoke's gonna get broken here. Really nice ward, but Oka could be in trouble. Pops up the Bloodlust Flywing. Can he get in range for the spear? No, he can't. That ward, nicely done. Just popped it in the end, so Smoke almost finding first blood, but
30 seconds to battle.
Speedy Gonzalez he was. Did they put a ward down? I heard them. They put this one, which probably got scouted out, right? I mean, it would have had to. Yeah, they're pinging. Alright, so that's going to be a pretty free D ward. Did I get one down? Oh, no. There we go. Are they? I imagine. What's the Legion got? Just got stick. Yeah, he's gonna play bot. Okay. I mean, I think he'd want to as well. You pick a hero to play versus the, even if you've already got the Phantom Lancer. So there's gonna be a tricky game here for such a cool taunt. Such a cool taunt. They put some really cool taunts in actually with the battle pass. I think it's awesome. Another thing about the Puck that I didn't bring up is the fact that this is a hero that very much likes to shove out the lane and get a power rune and then make movements onto the side lanes with your level 6. And DK, he doesn't do that. DK is a hero that kind of just sits mid, Elder Dragon form, first catapult wave, you just take towers. And so it makes it very awkward for the Puck to actually play into. It means kind of Pucks go to really do a good job shoving out the lane and preventing the DK from putting a little bit of pressure on the tower. So want to try and pay a bit of attention as well on how DD wants to skill build this game if he tries to max out the abilities and hold a point out of phase shift just to increase his chance of being able to kind of shove at the lane, get the power in and then make a play happen. Then old 11 just getting beat down. This Legion's just giving them straight more branches. They are shoving the lane pretty drastically at the moment, but underneath the tower they should be able to get the creep equilibrium back in their favor. It does also force, I guess, Dire away from blocking that small camp. You know, we see often now that you can kind of sentry the camp now just because it's not, the box is a lot bigger. You know, previously sentry would completely cover the full AoE. DD, jeez man, Somnus is actually doing really well mid. This kind of the Dragon Knight's gonna have this damage advantage, especially with that Clone Blade.
Radiant's bottom tower.
So I mean, he's got really strong regen. Doppelgangers on cooldown. They don't have mana for press the attack as well, but old 11 will get forced back here. Not gonna end up dying to the illusions. I have seen old 11 go for double nulls now. I mean, he's going for the one null. Another game I saw him go for the double. Puck's got a cell back here. Really gotta be careful though. He's gonna end up faring. 5 losses compared to the 10. Man, this is he's actually having a really good time, making it difficult to DD to do much. I mean, he has gone for that point in the phase shift, so I guess that's good. We're going to be able to scout that one out. That was one thing I was intrigued to see how they would, at least the Park would play. But a very quiet start. A lot of kind of harass throughout these lanes, but apart from that, that's kind of all she wrote. While sitting under tower now, good. Yeah, it's such a muscle memory kind of mechanic where you can't always check. I think it will get a lot easier to last it because the tower's kind of range is a lot lower. I mean, it's 88 to 92. So previously it was like 80 or even higher at the tower range. Usually you just say that, okay, the tower's going to hit for 100 and that's what you kind of predict, but it's not guaranteed every time. That's the awkward thing. It's very similar to the troll. Like that here is very difficult to last it with because I think he's got like a 15 variety in his attack range. Not attack, I mean his attack damage range, I should say. Okay, chase down. Legion does move up forward now. The first blood will look down bot. Kind of pushes up. I mean, protects my nate, but then runs straight into the Firefly. So very nicely done. We're going to see some aggression mid. TD is in trouble. Somnus holds him back with the Dragon Tail, but that stun was before the illusory orb, so DD is going to be fine. He does have the bottle now completed, which is pretty big. That's right before the 4-minute mark, so if he can try and shove up the lane, he should be able to get it. Very nice. He fills up the bottle. He didn't... I don't think he used all his bottle charges, so it's a little awkward, but I mean, yeah, I think he only had like one left afterwards anyway. That's a nice first bot to occur down bot. I mean, you've got 2 heroes that have a dispel, so you wouldn't really expect that to occur too much. But it's a nice start, at least for LGD. We haven't paid much attention top as we go there now and we see Chelsea. He's getting chased down. So he's going to try and wrap around. Dish out as much as he can as well with the blood loss. This is level 1. Then a couple of the ogres go back to maxing out the Ignite here, and Flywood's actually just getting beat down. Jeez. Not easy to trade with an ogre stun. Monet still has the doppelganger. Trying to stack up the sticky on top of the Legion. They know that he can't get rid of the sticky napalm, so way more worth it to kind of deal with him instead. Legion's been only holding 1 point in the press the attack as well, which is interesting. I thought as support you might try and actually just max this one out. But really, this is where it gets to game time. You know, the catapult wave's about to connect mid. Somnus is, I mean, 10 to 9. Puck's only got 6, so Somnus is going to have level 6 at a really good timing here. He probably needs one more creep, I believe. So SAG, I hate that. I wish it's standing. RNG, they need to bring some heroes mid, otherwise Somnus is just going to put way too much damage on the tower. And DD's only level 5, so he doesn't really have the levels to kind of kill off the creeps at a fast rate. They'll start rotating Felix. Looks like even the Legion's going to think about making a movement here. I mean, this is exactly what you need to do, but Puck's just slowly beat down, and he doesn't have a lot of mana as well. Dodges the stun, can drop the coil underneath the tower. This might be a good turn from the boys over on RNG, but the Dragon Knight's relatively tanky. Coil won't end up getting snapped, but it looks like he dodges. No, he doesn't dodge that Fire Spirit. One more damage to find the kill. He's got an immense amount of HP regen. He's going to be fine here. Now I can think about even shocking out a Breathe 5 potentially, but it is only level 1. They even lose the goddamn Corridor too to mention, so the Puck's going to end up falling. They don't do a lot of damage to the tower, so even though Puck does die, they do kind of prevent this first Elder Dragon form with the push of the catapult wave. So that's a little bit, but Puck has really struggled mid. 22 last hits. Now they're even going to give FY some time alone. As Somnus gets a free heal up with the haste back to base. Old 11? I was going to say, you're going to take that Courier? Might be able to. It's a good start from LGD. Exactly what they're looking for. I don't mind this drums build on the Terrorblade as well. That mana is really, really nice. Just able to keep you afloat. I think the stats is important. Is it 6 stats? Yeah, 6 all attributes. 20 speed. Gets you from A to B a little bit faster. The mana regen's really nice. I've seen kind of that a couple times down with the rush in the drums. We even saw it on the Morphling last game, which it felt a little awkward, but Somnus would have played it a lot more times than what we would have, so there's a better feeling of it. 2 kills early on for Dire. I see some movement speed. Somnus has that Elder Dragon form back up there. In trouble. Ooh, nicely done. Just disjoints off the Dragon Tail, but he's still in trouble, man. They can't play too aggressive, DD. Well dodged now. Good for 2 max Silence with the max out illusory but swinging an immense amount of down. So only level 6 at the moment. Another phase shift dodges the stun, but they got the Fire Blast. Somnus can follow up as well with the Dragon Tail. Well, it's going to be up in a couple of seconds, but DD will fall still only level 6 at the moment. If he had that extra level, the illusory or below a cooldown could have paid off big there. This mid lane's gone disastrous. This last pick DK exactly what they needed from LGD. Once again, they're raiding. They're bringing the supports to try and protect mid. They might have to bring Mars, though. I mean, he's about to hit 6. So this is actually going to be a little... It's going to be decent timing for them with that ultimate. I think they're going to have to, actually. If Flatwind doesn't come mid soon, this tower's going to... Like, LGD will just keep bringing numbers advantage every time they have the Elder Dragon form. You find kills constantly onto DD. And Puck falling behind doesn't feel very good because he needs levels. And he's not really keeping up in the levels. But both the carriers are going to go back and farm up the jungle. Chel's probably going to be able to do this at a little bit of a faster rate. But both can do it pretty easily. They have the illusions to tank up. You know, both got pretty good armor. Terrorblade's far superior. He's also got way better agi gain, 4.8 compared to the 3.6. But PL is going to be able to come online a little bit early. The one good thing about the Terrorblade against the PL match is the reflection. That's pretty much it. Apart from that, very single target damage reliant. And some... It's actually going to come down bot. So with this third Elder Dragon form, is going to try and take the bottom tower, but number coil will break. Fire. He's in trouble. The Silence a little bit late there. He's still able to find the cookie, but it looks like DD cuts him down with the orb. So they're going to pick there.
Is under attack.
Well, I mean, they don't. The only way they take it, they actually don't take objectives on raiding, which is the big issue they're line on. Like PL's the only way, and you know, he's gonna need a couple of items to do so.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Whereas you see Dire have the DK, you've also got the Terrorblade. Again, Terrorblade, I'd say Terrorblade doesn't need as many items to deal with the objectives. F5. Radiant are wrapping around him. Felix still not level 6, but Flywin, this could be a big ultimate. Die here. Come the TP rotations, the second to add to it. A lot of damage. Spear holds him back. Felix going to try and be that sacrificial lamb here. They even rotate up Chalice, but he's got maybe they actually want to try and take the tower here. Now, I feel like, yeah, Sonderson and the Terrorblade should be able to do so. If you force that many movements, you really need to get an objective out of it. Just killing Felix is definitely not enough. Radiant, they're still going to hold their ground. I mean, they don't have the arena, so it's not going to be easy. Even DD is going to try and join them as well. I don't think they can take this fight, though, right? We've got Egg. They got Egg, they got Coil. It could actually end up working out here. Some rate melts and down. Summon's available with Woodkits in the backline. Has to dive defensively with the Egg so they don't kill it fast. And the X Nova will they end up falling, but it won't. So a lot committed there. Couple of ultimates. DD might be able to clean up with the orb, but it will be off the mark and it's not really going to want to jump forward. Old 11's got bots. This is going to be a stage where he can start to get active. Well, he's still getting a decent amount of farm, but until he gets the fuel, it doesn't really offer too much threat. Monet could be in trouble here, actually. He needs some TP rotations. Old 11 Illusion's going to get baited out here. Finds a real one with Blast Up. He doesn't have enough sticky 8-bomb charge. Monet's going to get on top of the leech. Where's the mana? He ran away. If he stayed in range. Oh, that's so hard to watch. 2,000 net worth lead from LGD, 5-1, make it 3,000 now. Really nicely dunked from Old 11. That's a big kill, man. You can solo the Phantom Lance just because of how far of a superior movement speed advantage you have. He's top of the net worth too, the Batrider. He's really farmed. 2 kills, 75 last hits. SAG, again, dude, far out. RNG, they just can't do anything about it with their towers. I mean, the DK is just lost pig for them. It's starting to work out. I like putting Flywin mid though. I mean, Puck's not really going to do too much. I guess Puck can shove out the lane, but you can't be giving up this especially this mid tower for free. I do miss the day on when people had stand-in tag. It just looks so clean. You're like, oh, gee, who's this stand-in? Now everyone's just got random other team names in the... when was the last time we actually even seen the stand-in tag? It's been a while. It's really been a long time, actually. I think maybe 3 years seems a little bit long. I'm just guessing now. Definitely been a while, but you know, LGD, they're looking strong. Exactly how they want to be playing this game at the moment. All 3 calls on top of the net worth. An incredible start from them, and you know, feels like RNG might be able to push this pace a little bit, especially because they've got, you know, all their ultimates up. They might try and wait for Monet to have the Fuser Blade, because then Monet's even going to be able to join the fights as well. But they're still lacking kind of the levels. You got 3 cores on 10 for Dire and only 1 10 for Radiant. And also their farm's just going to get amplified. Like, you have a steroid here in Doga Magi maxing out the blood loss. We brought up the fact that Somnus, you know, if you go the Ags beyond you can kind of deal with the Phantom Lance illusion. Terrorblade might have to go for... You never really want to Mionya, but if PL's really... Like, PL is that big win condition, so... A lot of time you're going to have to itemize to deal with them. Old 11's already got a blink. Holy crap, blink forward. Should be able to press the attack. In fact, they'll get it over to the Water Legion Commander, taking away the press attack potential. The Metamorph is way too much damage, but now with the arena trapped in, Egg is well committed. Flywind's still going to be careful here. 5 blocks, locks him out, but it's not going to matter. In fact, they turn their attention to try and deal with Puck. So this just can't find that catch in the Dragon Tail. They do claim the T1 tower, then be able to find more as well. So it's incredibly speedy here. And they will. And that's 5 blasts. He finds a good on multicast. Add to it. A little bit of salt in the wound. PL still does not have this diffuser blade. TBs, you know, with meta you can kind of start joining fights. But as soon as that diffuser blade comes out, it feels like it's going to be a pretty big timing for the Phantom Lancer. So very nicely done. Just not really executing the fights from RNG. And this is a difficult thing because this Sapphire is able to deal with the Egg. You go for this Mars Phoenix combination, but like the arena, unless you play it perfectly, it really doesn't do anything to protect you against the little Shredder. So the positioning on the fights from RNG have to be so superior to their like vision advantage and their choke point high ground positioning. Otherwise, they're really going to struggle. And also, one thing I want to add, that was a really nice lasso as well, making sure they didn't lasso anyone but the Legion. Otherwise, they're just instantly going to press the attack and dispel it off. But they want to fight. They don't have egg. Arena's up in 13. Smoke on there. Got the diffuser. Going to try and show up here with the blink forward coil. Can they help out at the moment? Here looks like they won't be successful. So the Terrorblade's going to get melted. Really nicely done. A real double blink dagger from RNG. That's a big timing for them. They might even be able to find an extra with the jewel coming out for the support here in Legion. Plus 10 damage. You can never say no to that for a support.
Dire's middle tower.
That's actually massive for RNG. Like, that is your diffuse blade, double blink timing, really important, which they find kill even on their Terrorblade. And now the Phantom Lance, you see, is keeping up like it. Blink back. Flywind catches out the Starfire. Where's the follow coming through? Looks like they're going to try and deal with old 11, but did they have a sentry in the area? Yeah, they did. They knew where he was. They kind of just split off the kill off the bat, and now that forces them away from the tower. So now Dire back alive, and they will protect it. This is a massive timing for Radiant. I think they can still fight even whenever meta's available. Like, you just have a far superior team fight advantage, but you can't get picked off. That is the one thing you cannot do. You see Legion's playing around with Monet. He's going to try and pop the smoke here. They'll find the jump forward Monet. It's going to be protected with the doppelganger. Or trying to find the opening, but it's not going to be able to catch the advanced plan. But Blink, but he's in trouble. Makes up the high gun, but the doppels on cooldown. Now PL will pay the price here. Very nicely done from PSG.LGD. They clean off. They drag away the Legion commander so he can't protect anyone that gets jumped by the Batrider. They don't even use the lasso in the end, and the T2 is going to get claimed. Dire playing incredibly fast pace, and it looks like Radiant just weren't aware of the movement coming out there, but smoke up. They'll claim with T2. Problem. Won't think about going higher ground. The Elder Dragon form will end up wearing off. The meta's about a quarter duration left as well. So a 5,000 net worth lead. These are some big towers because now they have the potential to be able to grab some outposts. Gonna have to TP pretty fast here. Someone's got the movement speed. He finds him. Nicely done. That's just another pick off. God damn, LGD playing this game well. They're playing this game really, really well, man. I'm like, are you gonna get caught there? No, he's not. F5? Well, you. Alright, he doesn't have speed. He won't get caught. Never mind. I'm like, alright, surely he's dead, right? You're gonna wait as long as possible and then you'll spear it. No, he's not gonna get speed at all. Didn't have it up, unfortunately. That's a really big kill on the PL because he was trying to catch up. No, Silence holds the lasso, but DD's in trouble. He's got the phase soon with the orb. Can he get enough distance away? However, he will be able to do so successfully. Has to commit the coil, however. Old 11's still hunting because he's going to fall up on the blink. Quick silence, so get them enough space away. Man, Puck only level 12. I mean, LGD playing this game to perfection at the moment. Sombras has got Manta working on the Skadi next. Sorry, Shells has got Manta working on the Skadi next. It's going to have Metamorphosis up at 35 seconds as well, so they want to try and take some objectives. It looks like once again we've got a game where the vision is going to come in clutch. Who's able to find the opening, who gets the initiation. They did a difficult kill on Somnus. If they can bring him down though, if they don't have any heroes in the area, trying to rotate a couple of the jewels flying out with some rate percent damage. Might end up falling. No, the soul Charles, his soul's gonna end up dropping here. Dragon will get melted. Beautifully done from Radiant. They're gonna try and chase for more. They won't catch anyone. T1's down in shambles. F5 is gonna be careful as well. Radiant, they've got the ward. Catch him out. It's going to be another pick off for the boys on RNG. When they can claim the kill, that's going to be pretty big. Just getting a little bit of gold to the field. They know this is that hard win condition they have. It does drag them away from the tower, but I believe it's... they got rid of the creeps as well. Surely they just take it off, yeah. Very nicely done. It's going to be a... I mean, 1400 swing after that fight. It's going to probably go up a little bit higher now, but the tower's falling. Getting closer and closer towards the Sanjin Yashir is going to be the Phantom Lancer. 1k going in the bank after the Yashir is completed. No man to this game. Your status resistance. I mean, I think what the Sunge provides in any build-up is super strong. I do really like Manta on Illusions heroes. Of course, it's always usually Core, but I think I can never disagree with the Sunge and Yasha. Status resistance, one of the most stupidest things in the game. Park's actually been able to have a relative, still behind, I mean, the mid lane by about 3k, but he's done okay to be able to keep up and hasn't died as many times. Smoke up, X-Nova, it's going to be a pick up. Trying to D-Wall, will be able to do so successfully. Now they're going to be careful if they group up with Coil. Mortimer Kisses laying on the background, and taking an immense amount of damage here. They're going to try and retreat. Instead, no, Flyway back in. Counter initiation. They got the third blade. He can't get this under fast enough. A perfect arena. Dire and mis-executed fight here, but they still might be able to turn it around. Flyway's falling low. Monet, he actually moved forward as well. They're going to be able to get the lasso, drags him away from the Legion commander. Monet can get range. No, double, just a bit shy there. Now Felix dives forward, away from the rest of the retreat capability. It's a 2 for 3, a really good start for RNG, but it didn't matter here. DD, they've got Jewel. FY is going to be careful with how he positions here. Cookie-Sun forward. Controlled or X. Nova's going to have to fall up as well. Nicely done from DD. Assassinates the backline now. They're going to be able to turn it. Lead got Jewel, but I don't think you want to cast it off. Might actually give away some damage instead. But DD, here comes the turn on the park. The magic damage he's providing, it might be. Is Lasso what? No, it's not. Still way on cooldown. Nice blink. I was going to say, how long was that fight getting drawn out for? But no, he used it towards the end. Coil, DD. A whole lot of mana. Coil's going to end up breaking though. His right click's enough. FY will protect with the back. Interesting fight. I mean, a really nice initiation to kill off the Terror Blade, but then the PL ended up falling on. I mean, if PL stays alive there, then he would have taken over the net worth, and FY is dead. This is the God's Rebuke. Oh no. And then he uses Sphere as well when he needed one more right click. Bye 220 gold. 220 mana. It's not that much of an issue. Nitpicking. Take a look at some of the neutral items at the moment here. What's the decent ones? Philosopher's Stone on the Legion. What's he actually got queued up? Bye for Legion. Old 11's gonna hunt him down. They have a T2 tower to TP2 if they want to try and protect out, but it looks like unfortunately there will be reinforcements, so slowly chase down. It's a and an extra burn as well with Breathe Fire. I was going to say a slow, painful death. Burning yourself alive would, well, not burning yourself, but getting burnt to death is that's going to be one of the worst deaths, honestly. And you also get that amplified with the DK just chucking up these fire-breathing right clicks, and go Breathe Fire as an ability as well. 4,000 net worth lead for Dire. We've got to be careful how this game ends up faring. Roshan's going to be a threat coming up relatively shortly. Radiant still have Doubtpost control as well. I don't know if Dire have actually claimed it. I didn't see who had it by that 10-minute interval. We're going to see Old 11 get it now. But they took top for a while ago, so they should have been able to have that control, unless Radiant just snuck it in before and I wasn't watching. So it's going to be really important who's able to find the vision around Roche. See, X-Nova's kind of getting set up for that. It is difficult for Dire to take a fight there, just because, I mean, inside a very close vicinity choke point when you don't have too much team fight. But you can always sneak in, TB is going to be able to melt through it. Man, Old 11's so fun. 5-1 and 6. This is a game where I really thought the Batrider wouldn't have as much impact. I mean, you're against the hard dispel, but he's been honestly playing this game pretty goddamn flawlessly, I must say. Like, holding on to the lasso until the press the attacks on cooldown, or lasso in the Legion instead. And a sheep, they're just going to itemize to deal with the Fence Lance. You see the Maelstrom just got picked up for the Dragon Knight. Shiva's being worked on for the Batrider. So the AoE damage to try and deal with illusions is going to be very, very required this game. Otherwise, PL, just that Wink condition is going to take over. You can't give this Roche over for free though. RNG? I mean, meta's not popping. It's falling low. They don't have glyph, so they don't have scan. And with the position, I mean, Dire just have fast superior vision advantage at the moment. So it looks like this is just going to be Roche taking the free. They won't do anything about it. And now Dire going to push with this Aegis, and I don't think the PL is online fast enough. Like, TB with the Manta, BKB, Aegis is going to be able to do a lot more. PL can with the Diffusal and Sanjin Yasha. So this is a little worrying right now from RNG. They're going to start looting their towers, and I don't think there's much they can do. They've already lost 2 tier 2 towers. And they don't have the greatest Radin lineup. Like, PL is not going to siege too fast at all, so you kind of have to go back. That's actually massive that RNG don't get this road. That's the one spot where they could have kind of done something there. All out of towers, cleans, they'll force them back. You're going to have to delay the Sages as much as possible. You have relatively good initiation, relatively good catch, so maybe they can just kind of still push out the map. Oh, 11. It's a big kill. He's got the BKB, he's going to try and turn last. So it's off the bar, go onto Illusion, unfortunately, but still with the movement speed. And the protection of the magic arena. He's going to be able to disengage. Fly window, might be able to find the open. He's got the arena on fire blast, holds him back here. Felix still trying to chase for more. They're getting closer and closer. Like it ends up mattering. Very nicely done. Ogre will drop. They'll get one. Forces them back there at the end. That's the Ogre's on Puck now too, so that's going to be pretty important. But I think that's exactly how RNG need to play this. Just try and split push up the map. Who do they catch up? Batrider, well, BKB? Oh, because I think he had an arcade run previously. Oh, it gets over. Oh, now it's going to be fine. And I think LGD, they can turn if they want to. Somnus initiates up the backband. They're going to be able to catch out the Legion. They'll bring down one. Egg, perfect positioning, but I don't think it's going to matter here. Flywing might get caught. Batrider falling low. Flywing will still be able to get the kill. He doesn't have a TP though, so Chell's going to shred through the bulwark. They catch any more though? Felix TP? No, they got the clumsy there. Nicely done. Felix will end up dropping. You love to see it. Free dead on RNG. They're in strife.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
We'll buy back on the Phoenix and try and force up the high ground. And they got Aegis from about 2 minutes 20. Top's kind of getting shoved in as well from an 8. Closing up on the Satanic. There's still some Mjolnir now completed as well. Very, very nicely done. What's BKB counts actually? Let's take a look. 10 seconds from Somnus. 8 on bat, 7 on bat. Flywind's got a 9 second. I believe that's it at the moment. So 7,000 net worth lead. They're still taking a pretty good spot. I don't think this smoke got scouted. They gotta be careful because Dire got very good vision in the area. Just comes down who to find the initiation, but it's gonna leave on top of X Nova. And this is gonna be a free pick off here. They'll catch him out. Nothing they can really do. I mean, that's a smoke movement where unfortunately you only kill the Ogre. But they DK? Cancel this. Here come the TPs as well. Ready to get the outpost. Felix on a Legion? A little bit of save your teammate syndrome. That's kind of awkward there. Oh well. That's fine. They'll work it out. I mean, 2 dead. I believe that's a dieback though on the Phoenix. Yeah, down for 6 minutes 20 here. And do die. I mean, they still have 40 seconds to chill. They can walk up higher ground here. It's going to be up in a couple of seconds as well. RNG, you don't have the full lineup to take the team fight, and Monet doesn't. I mean, he bought out as well, so no buyback pulling forward. They catch up the real hero. It's going to be able to get popped here, but the coil holds it back. It's a beautiful arena, but the Phantom Lance is falling low. Can it protect him fast enough? And it's going to be able to disengage. Dire heavily committing here. A lot of PKBs do get forced out. They even try and utilize the buyback on top of the Legion. So they keep PL alive just. Very, very close though. It was looking grim, man. That stage where if they kill the Phantom Lancer there without buyback, then you just, I mean, you get at least 2 full sets of racks. But Aegis is now claimed. So PSG.LGD gonna, I mean, how close are they? What's the next item coming out from Chalice? You know, he's gonna go Daedalus next, so this could be, I mean, it felt like RNG really had to play passively while the Aegis was up. Because I still can't believe they didn't take that fight. Somnus, Flywin, doesn't touch him with the spear. They have any detection? They believe they do. No, plus it's just off the mark. Unfortunate. Very, very close to being able to find the pick off there, but just not on the mark. Would have been a massive kill. They have the outpost on Dire, but they weren't close enough. 31 minutes in, 10,000 net worth lead. Nice, yeah, very big percentage as well here coming out. Just we're gonna try and I imagine this game's gonna slow down. Yeah, 31. That age is gonna have to wait till the second Rosary spawns. They're not, don't have any objectives to claim, even though, I mean, Radiant's still got all the tier 2s that they need to hunt down, but you just have to try and delay this, I think, as much as possible. But the issue is, I feel like Puck's late game damage is going to fall off and DK is going to take over. That is the one thing that we brought up, I think, kind of towards the start of the game, that DK is going to get, you know, he's going to go for the damage build this game because you have to kind of deal with the illusions and you're already getting amplified by the Bloodlust. Whereas, you know, Puck is a lot more, I don't want to say not utility, but like your magic late game can kind of fall off from BKBs. And they're going to smoke up DD. Be careful here. They find the opening, he gets the vision, but they can still follow up. He's got the blink and he's out of there. Really nicely done. They're unable to find the opening. Still Batrider without the Shivas are going to cancel out that one and claim the vision. So a couple of smokes here have been used from either side and not really been able to find anything. 1-8. 4k gold behind though the Terrorblade. So with this full kind of item that TB has, oh, you gotta be so careful walking up this high ground, man. I mean, it's getting paid. I mean, he does have double status resistance. Let's see how this is gonna end up faring. What's the chance? Yeah, 54% at the moment. The visions, I mean, they got a very kind of a water up middle lane, but that's about it. Over 11. Just want to get the jump. I really wouldn't mind. Yeah, I love this build up from the Legion with the blink. I think you have to go for this next item. Your positioning is just, it seems like Legion hasn't really been able to kind of counteract the Batrider effect this game. So you have to try and go for a blink and have better positioning as the game goes on with the blink forward. Catcher 1, no one inside the arena. It's still going to be able to bring down External to start the fight. Mortimer slayed on the ground. External actually stays alive. Now they're going to try and deal with the egg key. It's not protected. Without the core droplets, but they're going to be careful. X actually gets popped. No, can they kill off the Terrorblade fast enough? How with the Phantom Lane? He's doing so much damage, Lee. And the point, the question is taking for another PL. No, shows he's going to be able to take the fight. LGD. Wow. Even with that egg going off, the G's just get drops. RNG, they tap out, man. Oh my lord. What a completely different game 2 from LGD. Really, really good performance from them. I was questioning the Terrorblade, honestly. I'm like, I think this PO is just going to take over. They're really good against the Batrider, really good against the Terrorblade, but not the case. The last pick, DK, took over the middle lane.
PSG-LGD's turn to ban.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
PSG-LGD's turn to ban. RNG's turn to ban.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
PSG-LGD's turn to pick.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
RNG's turn to pick.
Earth Shaker.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
PSG-LGD.
Ten seconds remaining.
RNG's turn to pick. RNG's turn to pick. PSG-LGD.
Oracle.
RNG's turn to ban.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
PSG-LGD's turn to ban.
RNG 是自己办了那家， 他觉得对面可能会有这个纳迦开大找神域的操作，
他有可能会要选虚空假面呀。
对对对，很有可能。
虚空就搬掉小纳迦嘛。
是的，当然这个
10 seconds remaining. RNG's turn to ban. PSG-LGD's turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. RNG's turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. RNG's turn to PSG.LGD.
Anti-mage.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. RNG's turn to pick.
Puck.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. PSG.LGD.
Dragon Knight. Ten seconds remaining.
5 seconds remaining. PSG-LGD.
Slug.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. RNG's turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. PSG-LGD's turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. RNG's turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. PSG-LGD's turn to pick. RNG's turn to pick.
Warlord.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Lena, you may now select your heroes.
Prepare for battle.
Denied.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
First blood, right off the bat.
Earthshaker first.
Money to burn. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Cannot die.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Pay for thy lack.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. None to burn.
Illusion.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Bottom tower has fallen. Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower has fallen. Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant are scanning. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's top tower, Radiant's bottom tower has fallen. Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower has fallen. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's courier has been killed.
I'll take that.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant are scanning. Nothing's burning. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Just what I've been waiting for.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower has fallen. Radiant's top tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower has fallen. Radiant's top tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. under attack. Radiant's top tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Bounty fulfilled.
Dire's top tower has fallen. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. bottom tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower has fallen. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower has fallen. Dire's middle barracks are under attack. Dire's middle barracks has fallen. Dire's middle barracks has fallen. Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's top tower has fallen. Dire's top barracks are under attack. Dire's top barracks has fallen. Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
I'll take that.
Behold!
Dire's top barracks are under attack. Dire's top barracks has fallen. tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant are scanning. Radiant's courier has been killed. Dire's courier has been killed. Dire's courier has been killed.